Casting actors for roles can be a difficult job, especially when it comes to hiring talents for smaller roles. The decision could either make or break the entire cast of the film. In this video, we are looking at cameo roles that blew it out of the park and made the characters iconic. From the casting of Leonardo DiCaprio to Keanu Reeves to Viola Davis, these brilliant stars' performances in these films left an unforgettable impression despite their limited screen time, leaving us audiences in awe. Let's jump right in as we celebrate these incredible talents of Hollywood's finest.
You'd hurt my son to get your way.
It won't end with your son.
Throw the priest out then.
Viola Davis in Doubt. Kicking off our list is the powerhouse performance of Viola Davis in Doubt. Imagine being casted in a movie with legendary Meryl Streep as a main lead and you have to act in an intense scene with her. It would be intimidating for anyone, but in just one scene, Viola Davis managed to steal the entire movie. Her portrayal of Mrs. Miller, a mother defending her son against allegations, was a masterclass in acting.
That for sure when you don't. You come to your school, kids don't like them.
The raw emotion and vulnerability she brought to the character left a lasting impression, earning her a spot among Oscar-worthy cameos. She managed to impress Meryl so much that they both have become very good friends ever since.
Well, maybe he's doing some good too.
After the boy.
Or maybe some of them boys want to get caught.
Viola is even called Black Meryl Streep. Matthew McConaughey in The Wolf of Wall Street. 2013 was a great year for Matthew McConaughey as he won an Oscar for Best Actor for Dallas Buyers Club. But who could forget Matthew McConaughey's mesmerizing turn as Mark Hanna in The Wolf of Wall Street in the same year? In a brief but memorable lunch scene, he mentored Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Jordan Belfort, leaving audiences in stitches. McConaughey's quirky mannerisms and infectious energy made this cameo one for the ages. Most of the scenes were improvised, and Martin Scorsese let McConaughey take full control of the scene. And this was where the iconic chest thump was born. You could see DiCaprio smiling as it was so unexpected and improvised on the spot by brilliant McConaughey.
Keep it up for me. CEO.
And DiCaprio followed through and started chest thumping too. Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. Next up, we have Leonardo DiCaprio's captivating portrayal of Calvin Candy in Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. While not a traditional cameo, DiCaprio's performance is remarkable, considering it was the first time he played a villain. Quentin Tarantino's films are often known to draw some scandals and controversies, so naturally, Django Unchained received so much criticism for the use of the N-word in the movie. But Leo's charismatic yet sinister portrayal made us both hate and admire the character, proving his versatility as an actor. Jamie Foxx and Samuel L. Jackson revealed that Leo didn't want to say the N-word at all and was visibly struggling to get into the character. But after some encouragement from both the actors, he pulled it off. Fun fact, the glass smashing scene was totally unscripted, and Leo actually hurt himself, blood gushing out of his hand, but he kept going and Tarantino kept rolling, making it one of his iconic moments. Ask Kerry Washington, who was left traumatized when Leo smeared his blood on her face, and she didn't have any clue he would do that. And as an audience, we were left shocked too. Samuel L. Jackson in Django Unchained. Speaking of Django Unchained, let's not forget Samuel L. Jackson's unforgettable turn as Stephen, Calvin Candy's loyal house slave. Jackson's ability to portray a complex and despicable character showcased his immense talent. He was instrumental in elevating the film to new heights. Jackson was almost unrecognizable with the makeup and costume along with the physicality of the character. But one thing was for sure, his portrayal was absolutely terrifying. He played a twisted and monstrous house slave who tortured and traumatized other slaves. The character was pure evil. And when Tarantino offered this role Jackson, he literally replied with, "You wrote this 15 years too late for me to be Django, but now you really want me to be the most hated in cinematic history?" Luckily, Jackson was on board, and it indeed made a cinematic history. Cate Blanchett in Hot Fuzz. Edgar Wright's comedy movie Hot Fuzz has a brilliant cast, with the likes of Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Olivia Colman, and Patty Considine in key roles. However, the cast is even more stacked than you might initially realize, thanks to some clever little cameos in the 2000s movie, including none other than Cate Blanchett. In the action comedy, Cate Blanchett delivered an impeccable performance as Janine, Simon Pegg's ex-girlfriend. Her cameo was hilariously awkward, adding a touch of charm and humor to the film. Blanchett's ability to seamlessly adapt to any role made her cameo an Oscar-worthy delight. great, but it was made more hilarious as Blanchett's face is covered throughout the entire scene. In an interview with About.com, Wright explained the idea of Blanchett's character having her face covered by a crime scene investigation mask was all part of the joke. Let's get an Oscar winner in there but not see her face, Wright said. It was just a comedy gem.
It's a Japanese piece, Lily.
You just can't switch off, Nicholas.
Daniel Craig in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. There is no doubt that Daniel Craig is one of the biggest stars now, thanks to his several reprisal of our favorite spy, 007. But did you know that he is also one of the biggest fans of the Star Wars franchise? Yes, he is so big of a fan that he leapt up at the chance to play a stormtrooper in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. As a stormtrooper guarding Rey, Craig showcased his comedic chops, revealing a different side to his acting abilities. Fans could not help but smile at this unexpected and entertaining cameo. And like Cate Blanchett, he did all this without even not showing his face and with a screen time of under 2 minutes. Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder. In the satirical comedy Tropic Thunder, Tom Cruise left audiences astonished with his portrayal of the foul-mouthed, ill-tempered studio executive Le Grossman. Beneath layers of prosthetics and a completely transformed appearance, Cruise's performance was both outrageous and hilarious, proving he can master any role he takes on. And the fun fact is that it was all Cruise's idea. When Ben Stiller asked him to read the script for Tropic Thunder, Cruise felt something was missing, so he created the character of Les Grossman, who is the actual personified version of big studios. From the makeup to his dance, everything was Cruise's idea. Tom completely transformed himself for this role and made it one of the most funny film moments. Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction. Uma Thurman and John Travolta's role in Pulp Fiction is iconic in the entertainment industry, but Christopher Walken's short cameo is also undoubtedly memorable. His monologue about a gold wristwatch in the film has become an equally iconic moment in cinema history. His captivating performance in this memorable scene showcased his impeccable delivery and screen presence, leaving a lasting impact on audiences worldwide. The scene is simple enough on the outside. Christopher Walken's character delivers a speech to a younger Butch Coolidge, Bruce Willis's character, about a pocket watch that belonged to his great-grandfather, grandfather, and his late father, all military members during World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War, respectively. Butch's father had unfortunately been captured and died as a POW in Vietnam. Walken explains that the watch was kept hidden for years inside the boy's father's anal cavity, and then Walken's anus as well, after Butch's father died of dysentery, so he could pass it on to Butch when he got back to the States. A dark and funny monologue delivered in the characteristic, bordering on deadpan way that Walken is known for, it is probably one of the more memorable scenes in any Tarantino film.
This watch was on your daddy's wrist when they were shot down over Hanoi.
Robin Williams in Dead Again. Robin Williams was one of the greatest comic actors of our times, but he has proven that he could very well do dramatic roles in films such as Good Will Hunting. He also showed his dramatic acting chops when he agreed to do a cameo in Dead Again, directed by Kenneth Branagh. Great Robin Williams played disgraced former psychiatrist by the name of Dr. Cozy Carlyle, and absolutely nailed the scene with his dramatic range, leaving a profound mark on the film and the audience despite his limited screen time. We see him offering advice to Kenneth Branagh's PI, Mike Church, when Church tells him he's trying to quit smoking. Carlyle offers these words of wisdom. Someone is either a smoker or a non-smoker. There's no in between. The trick is to find out which one you are, and be that. You take what you learn in this life and use it in the next. That's karma.
Take what you learn from this life and you use it in the next. That's karma.
Even though the film went under the radar, Robin Williams managed to play the role with such finesse that it is considered one of his best work.
A lot more people on this planet who believe in past lives than don't.
Keanu Reeves in Always Be My Maybe. Last, but certainly not least. Did you know Keanu Reeves, famous for playing franchise movies like Matrix and John Wick, also played himself in low-budget Netflix rom-com Always Be My Maybe? Reeves naturally played a wildly and hilariously fictionalized version of himself in a legitimately brilliant cameo. And if you're wondering how he ended up in Always Be My Maybe, it seems the production team had a couple of good reasons to bring him aboard. Ali Wong and Randall Park, who co-wrote and acted in the film, were very much part of the production process of the film and served as producers. And they played as integral a role as anyone in bringing superstar Keanu Reeves into the mix, doing so purely as a source of comically mind-blowing torment for Park's character. Mostly known for his action movies, Reeves chowed his comic chop as an eccentric and funny version of himself.
Hi, Jenny.
And there you have it, our 10 epic cameo performances that truly made an impact on the audience. These actors prove that even in smaller roles and shorter screen times, they could leave an indelible mark on cinema history. Which cameo surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Until next time, keep watching and appreciating the magic of cinema.